Well, it is all over at Loftus Stadium. Mamelodi Sundowns 3, Richards Bay 0. Mamelodi Sundowns managed to take all 3 points at home in their fight to win the BetwayPremiership for the 8th time in a row. This is my views, my expressions. Maguthi uyaqala ukusijoyina, welcome. Please do the right thing. Subscribe, share, comment, utshele nabanye ukuthi we are here. Elami igama uSiboniso Sizo wakomnikazi Isibongo, and angambi ngedwa as usual. Ngiphethe mfana nolwazi. Msayipos.
Good evening, Bafesu. This is my views, my expressions. I'm Sipo, and we are doing a review of Sundowns versus Richards Bay, which was held at Loftus, where we saw Sundowns getting maximum point with 3 goals, and a very comfortable win for the reigning champions and the incoming champions.
Oh, we're not sure about incoming. The league is not over yet.
Well, ufuna uzibona iphele league.
Kumele ukuthi ama-point akhuluphi ukuthi the league is over, so anyone can still win.
Okay. If you say so, then that's fine.
No, it's not me. It's the luck that is saying.
Who else can win the league?
Pirates?
No, those ones. Pirates doesn't play the league.
Nevertheless, let's move on. We are here about Mamelodi Sundowns. We saw so many changes as far as the starting lineup is concerned, and we also heard the coach speaking about it, that this is his opportunity to give other players an opportunity to play, which is a beautiful thing that we all want to see. Amanye amajita now athole ithuba lokuthi adlale. And what are your thoughts around that?
Yeah, it's going to be very important for the coach to try and do the rotation as much as possible, because as much as the number of games have lessened, but every game that is coming now is as important as another one. So you have to weigh the games and make sure that you keep your players as fresh as possible, because each and every game is a game of high consequences. So there's no time to rotate, but you have to tread very carefully when you have to implement that and make sure that you also get the results. And today, as much as there were changes, but I think the performance of the team looked very, very consistent and very comfortable. So it's a good sign to see other players that are not playing that much being able to give the performances that are required of the standard of Sundowns.
Yeah, speaking of the players that are not usually on, we saw Koza, we saw Kulise, we saw Mashego, we saw that variation up front. We saw Salez starting the game. Remember, Uguti, there has been so many talks when coach Mangoba was still present of the trio, Reina, Ribeiro and Matthews, which was giving something to Mamelodi Sundowns, and namhlanje we saw that.
Yeah, unfortunately in that trio, Matthews has been struggling both with injuries and also the suspension, so he's trying to get back to his form. And you saw him starting a very important game on Friday against Al Ahly, and you see him starting today carrying an assist. It's going to be very important to increase the number of options up front, because Temba is still not very fully fit, and then when either Peter, Lucas or Reines are struggling, you need someone to step up. So I think the assist from Matthews today and in the full 90 minutes that he got is going to play a huge role in boosting in confidence, more especially in these critical stages of the league, of the season, because it's this time that determines whether you had a good or bad season. So it's a good sign to see other gents getting that time, and let's see how it goes, and we hope everyone is gonna be more focused now and ensure that they put the necessary efforts to ensure that the team goes and clinch the last 2 trophies that are still being contested.
Coming to this game, Mamelodi Sundowns has already advanced to the final of the CAF Champions Leagues. The hopes are high, everybody is excited, and Amachid ahead to ensure Uguti they shift their focus away from that situation and now focus on what is happening on the league, because mathematically the league is not over yet, and you can, as a Sandawana, spin ngekanda in celebration, but it's not over as yet in truly speaking. But they came to this game and they gave a solid performance. So let us go to the game and the analysis of the game, both the first and the second half.
Yeah, I think it was more of a 4-4-2 for Sundowns, because they had Usales and Reines up front, and then on the right they had Ribeiro with Matthews on the left, and in the middle you had Allende and Umkwena, and then on the left you had Umdiba and Umtao on the right, with Koza and Kikana being the two centre backs. But what I saw from Sundowns, which is what is very interesting and something that has not been done in a while now. You see Mdiba not playing too wide. When they have the ball, he's adding numbers in the middle of the park, playing more of an inverted fullback, which is, I think, is one of his strengths, because he's more of a ball player than being a man marker. And so we saw that he was tucking in. Then Umetus was playing like a full winger there, because he had to drop and get the ball from the middle and also from the left flank. And then on the other side, Ukulisum Dao was more free from the right hand side, from the back to forward. And then Uribero had to shift and go inside to open up the space for Umtao to play in those channels. And then we saw very good balls from Matthews and the finish from Urenes. And then also a good ball from more of a similar goal. The goal, the first and second goal, I think they were more of similar goals, with an assist from Umkwena to Sales. And then it kept on going like that. And on the other side of Richards Bay, these guys looked like they've given up on. I'm not sure whether it's because they're playing against a team that they consider to be the most feared team in the league, or maybe it's their body language going forward now. But from what I saw, it's very discouraging to see a top flight team giving such an under par performance, more especially because they are playing to survive and try and run away from the playoffs that they played last season. So I just hope that the spirits will go back high going forward, because they can't afford to play two playoffs in consecutive seasons.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's a fair statement to just say they gave an underbar performance, because first half, I could see that there was something that they were trying to do. They were there, there were chances that we could see with, okay, Amachita are coming and Tsundwana there on the side, but it didn't materialize. And then I think the two goals that they considered in the first half then actually damaged their confidence as far as the game is concerned.
Yeah, those we have chances. I can't remember a very clear chance that they had, but yeah, they were trying. Kumeta trying to dribble on both sides. You train side from one side to the other side, you see his impact immediately when he goes to the other side. Unlike Nsundwan, who was more focused on the left flank, but you didn't see a lot of impact from him. And Kumeta, I think, was one of their good players today. Unfortunately, I think he was overworked, because he needed to try and revive both sides. And so, as the game progressed, the engine was no longer good. So that's why it didn't have much impact, because I don't think Bebemlegela cool. Umbutuma didn't drop much to collect the ball. He was staying up front, and then whenever he got the ball, he didn't have the support around him, because they are more scattered, and Sundowns is not even helping to get closer to try and maximize Amatage and also create spaces for themselves. It was a game of those details, and it's a congratulations to Sundowns.
Well, the man of the match, Salas, who actually managed to get a goal, and there were so many talks, and I think he got a goal and assisted Allende as well, because there was that crucial touch he made for Allende to finish up that goal. So there were so many things that were said, because the 60 million is a scam, but other people who could see what he was doing, they were able to stand out and point out something that the most of us were not able to see. The guy is a board player, and sometimes akunikeza role ka number 10, and sometimes akunikeza ama-assist that you were not expecting. But he got the man of the match, and he says it to Umsakazi, he's so happy to be here in South Africa.
I think utijisa ngomzimba umshita. Mawumbuka from distance, you would think he's a top number 9, and then you expect the qualities of a number 9 from him. But as soon as he steps on the pitch, he's a different player. A player who loves to have the ball more, a player who loves to pass the ball, a player who loves to do those dribbles before he can do anything. He's not more of a player who sits there up front and try and shield and abuse the defenders. So I think most people were getting confused with that. But as the season progresses, the few minutes that he's getting is showing what type of a player he is, and we hope he also gets or he have more impact on the important games that Sundowns are still to play. And we hope for a good season next season if he comes back.
Well, that's just about it. Mamelodi Sundowns 3, Richards Bay 0. Mamelodi Sundowns takes all the 3 points. Beautiful goal from Reyners. We saw another beautiful goal from Sales, and another one in the second half from Allende, which puts Mamelodi Sundowns in a very good position as far as the league is concerned. This is my views, my expressions. Please do subscribe. We are here. Speaking of with the Orlando Pirates, he's here to say, I told you, the league is over. I told you. Out of here.